What's up everybody, it is Og here back with another video. So with the recent Steam Vaults and Shadow Labs boost we've been doing for the past couple of months and AoE farming with 2 mages, it got me thinking, what else could we potentially do with 2 mages? And then with Classic Fresh coming out, I personally have made my stance pretty clear that I'm not really going to play Classic Fresh at all, at least not for a while, if it comes out anytime soon. But it got me thinking, is there potentially a faster way to level up mages in Classic Fresh? Now, the typical way to level up mages was to either level it traditionally or to AoE farm. And by the time you got to about level 40 to 42, some people waited till 44, you could solo farm ZF, and that could get you up to about 52. And then if you really wanted to, you could try to go solo Mara, or you could go to Western Plaguelands and AoE farm. But what if we were able to use 2 mages and AoE farm dungeons, killing a lot of elites at once? So the way that elites work in Classic WoW and TBC is that elites have 2 times the health of a normal mob their level. Or sorry, 4 times the health, but they give 2 times the experience. So just from face value, it doesn't really make sense because you're going half as efficient. But with 2 mages, we would be able to potentially aggro up a bunch of elite mobs at once and then AoE farm them. That's pretty much what we're doing in Shadow Labs and Steam Vaults, right? We're grouping up about 80 mobs, 50 or 70 to 80 mobs, and then we're AoE farming them. 70 to 80 mobs would be the equivalent of about 140 mobs. It's over the course of about 15 minutes, which means you'd kill about 600 mobs, about 600 normal mobs an hour. 600 normal mobs an hour would be decent. So I'm curious whether or not it might be faster. And that is a challenge that I'm setting out to doing. So how's this going to work? Well, basically from level 22 plus, because that's when we were able to have both a little bit of Frostbite, but more importantly, improved Blizzard, I'm going to stick my tunes in instances. I cannot get experience outside the dungeons. You know, maybe if I get some experience running around, whatever, oh well, I got a little bit of experience running around and killing a stray mob. But the idea is that all the experience, or 99.99% of the experience that I get, is going to be solely from running dungeons. It's going to be from AoE farming dungeons. The way I'm going to do that is by leveraging Blizzard and Frostbite and Line of Sight. Even if the mobs potentially have, casts or maybe even heals, we may still be able to pull it off. Now, the issues that we're going to run into early on is that mana is much more difficult to come back at a low level. You're much less efficient because you don't have as much intellect on gear, and so rank 1 of Blizzard even costs a ton of mana. So that's going to be a major issue that we're going to run into initially is first off. Second off is that we don't have our talents yet. One of the big benefits of being able to go into the arcane tree is to be able to go down and get, some arcane meditation, I think it's called, and basically be able to regen 30% of your MP5 while casting. That applied along with Mage Armor at level 34 would be a massive advantage because if I had a good amount of spirit, I in theory would not run out of mana and be able to AoE farm for a long time. But I'm curious if this is going to work, because if this works, this may be the fastest way to level from level 30 to 60. So far from my testing, leveling at 22, we've gotten up to 25. We ran Stockades and we death ran all the way over to Stormwind, and it was quite an experience, I'll say. The experience hasn't been phenomenal. It's been decent. We've been getting about 30 to 40 minutes a level if I'm going perfectly efficient. But if you die and you have to run back, it's about a 7-minute run back. It'd be much better for the Alliance for sure. But the issue that I'm running into is that I don't have Ice Block yet. Starting at level 22, the mobs are, 23 to 24 kind of range in Stockades typically. And I'm running into these mobs that are just pummeling me. They're crushing me, dazing me, and I'm just dropping my full health bar before I even know it. And so with Ice Block, I think I'd have a much, much easier time rounding them up, Ice Blocking, letting them stack up, and then come towards me. Real Estate's been an issue a couple times because I've been aggroing up these mobs, but then blinking through and blizzarding with the second mage to try to basically slow them and keep them in place. But then eventually some of the mobs don't get frostbitten, and then they're catching up to me, and then I'm worrying about mana as well. And eventually I run out of real estate to back up basically, and I can't back up out of the instance. So It's been difficult so far, but I'm thinking that once we hit level 30, I think it's going to be phenomenal and probably even better than outside methods. So if you guys want to check it out, definitely come hang out on twitch.tv/Arleus. I won't be doing it all the time. I'll be doing PvP raiding with Phase 2 coming out, maybe some Phase 2 rep grinds, who knows. But definitely we'll be doing some of this throughout the stream, so definitely come hang out. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.